The image of Netanyahu speaking to an empty UN hall was very powerful. Now, what does this symbolize about Israel's standing in the world today?
Well, Miss Mona, thank you so much for having me here today, and greetings to your viewers. And what we have seen today with Netanyahu's speech before an empty, hollow United Nations hall, this is a reflection of Netanyahu and Israel's increasing isolation on the world stage. This is also a sign of America's increasing isolation, as Israel is purported to be our greatest ally in the Middle East. But most significantly, with Netanyahu's speech, we did not see anything new. We did not see him lay out any sort of plan to attain any sort of peace, any cessation of killing in Gaza. And indeed, it was the same litany of grievances, the trying to say that Israel is doing the world's dirty work for them. Israel has no choice. We essentially blaming Hamas for all of their actions, presenting Israel as the victim, and
Yes,
a
let me here.
continuation of what has not worked.
Let me here just pinpoint at this very particular issue. And Israel or Netanyahu declared its war is against Hamas. Yet more than 65,000 Palestinians, mostly women and children, have been killed. Now, how does international law view this contradiction?
Well, one thing we've seen for decades, Israel has defied international law. And even now, as they are faced with the reality on the ground, at least 65,000 deceased. We have no idea how many tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands may be buried under the rubble. And essentially, Netanyahu has defied all international treaties, all international laws, all the Geneva Conventions, both the Geneva Conventions on cruel and unusual punishments, on specifically the Geneva Convention on the prevention and punishment of genocide. And really what we're seeing is Netanyahu is becoming more desperate as he realizes the world is lining up against him. We see his desperation in Gaza City, where it's not just a military operation. They have squadrons of bulldozers just demolishing homes and buildings. So what's happening on the ground in Gaza is the complete opposite of what Netanyahu is presenting. And we see this reflected not just in the delegates walking out of the UN hall. We also see mass protests on the street of New York. We have protesters calling for Israel to be suspended from the United Nations. I mean, this is an unusual request for a mob of rioters calling for a suspension of Israel from the United Nations, humanitarian aid into Gaza, and a ceasefire, the stopping of the killing. But what's happening is Netanyahu is becoming more desperate.